Namaste, angels. I'm going to do a daily reading for Saturday, which is in a half hour, September 29th, the feast day of Saint Michael, or Michaelmas, also known as the feast day of Saints Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel, all three of them, which I talked about in the general reading. For those who don't know anything about the feast day, check out the general for the week of, what would that be, the 23rd through the 30th, I think, and then you'll see. All right, so I'm going to begin with the year 522 BC for this one, when Darius I of Persia kills magician usurper Gaumata, securing, Gaumata is spelled Gaumata, anybody wants to look this guy up, securing his hold as the king of the Persian Empire. 480 BC, the Battle of Salamis. The Greek fleet under Themistocles defeats the Persian fleet under Xerxes I. 1567, which is a 613 or 19, the War of Religion breaks out in France. Huguenots try to kidnap King Charles IX. 1829, which is 9/11 or 11, the first units of the London Metropolitan Police appear on the streets of the British capital. 2008, Dow Jones Industrial Average falls 777.68 points. It's the largest single-day point loss following the bankruptcies of Lehman Brothers and Washington Mutual. Did you know American oil tycoon John D. Rockefeller becomes the first billionaire in the world on September 29th in the year 1916? Famous birthdays: Pompey the Great, Miguel de Cervantes, Horatio Nelson, Anita Elkberg. I think she was a biologist. She looks like a movie star, but I don't know. I think we'll find out in a minute. Jerry Lee Lewis and Lech Walesa. Lech Walesa is Polish. He is 74 years old, 75 now, I guess, or as of tomorrow, probably. He is a politician and a labor activist. He co-founded and headed Solidarity, the Soviet bloc's first independent trade union. Walesa won the Nobel Prize in 1983 and served as president of Poland from 1990 through 1995. He was born on September 29th in 1943 and is 75 years old, from Popowo, Poland. Under the Chinese zodiac, he's a goat/sheep, and under the star signs, a Libra. Jerry Lee Lewis is American and a country singer. He's famous for American rock and roll and country music. He was a singer and a songwriter as well as a pianist. He's known by the nickname The Killer and is often viewed as rock and roll's first great wild man. They're not mentioning that he was also known to be a pervert, a pedophile. I don't see it anywhere in here. Anyway, he was born on September 29th in 1935 and is 83 years old. He was born in Faraday, Louisiana, USA, under the Chinese zodiac, the Pig, and the star sign Libra. Anita Elkberg. Okay, she was an actress. She looks like somebody, I don't know from when in my life, because she looked like an actress in the picture, but when I saw her face, I was like, why does she feel like a biologist? Like I know her or something. Anyway, I guess I don't. She was an actress, a model, and a sex symbol. She's best known for her role as Sylvia in the Federico Fellini film La Dolce Vita in 1960. The film featured a scene of her cavorting in Rome's Trevi Fountain alongside Marcello Mastroianni. She was also crowned Miss Sweden in 1950. She was born on September 29th in 1931 in Malmö, Sweden. She is a goat/sheep under the zodiac, the Chinese zodiac, and a Libra under the star sign. She died on January 11th in 2015 at the age of 83 of complications from a long-time illness. So weird. She felt like I knew her from somewhere, from biology. Anyway, Horatio Nelson was a British admiral. One of Great Britain's greatest war heroes, Nelson was the victor in many battles of the Napoleonic Wars. Nelson's greatest victory was also his last, the Battle of Trafalgar. What the fuck is wrong with me today? He led a numerically smaller British fleet against a combined Spanish and French fleet who lost 22 ships, master number 22, without losing a single British vessel. During the battle, Nelson was shot by a French musketeer and died soon after. Nelson was respected for his inspirational leadership and superb grasp of strategy and unconventional tactics that came to be known as the Nelson Touch. He was born on September 29th in 1758 in Burnham Thorpe, Norfolk, England. He was a Libra. He died on October 21st in 1805. He was killed in battle at the age of 47. Miguel de Cervantes was Spanish and an author. He is famous for Don Quixote. He's considered to be the first modern European novelist, or that's considered to be the first novel. He's considered to be the first novelist. And it was also a classic of Western literature. It's regarded among the best works of fiction ever written. His influence on the Spanish language has been so great that the language is often called La Lengua de Cervantes, the language of Cervantes. He was born on September 29th in 1547 in Alcalá de Henares, Spain. He was a Libra. And lastly, of the deaths, Pompey the Great. Real name was Gnaeus Pompeius Magnus. He was Roman, a Roman military and political leader of the late Roman Republic. His immense success and greatness as a general, while still very young, enabled him to advance directly to his first consulship without meeting the normal requirements for office. He was consul 3 times and celebrated 3 triumphs. In the mid to 60 BC. Okay, I don't know what that means. What's the mid? 30 BC? I don't know. It says in the mid to 60 BC, he joined Marcus, Licinius Crassus, and Gaius Julius Caesar in the unofficial military political alliance known as the First Triumvirate. He was born on September 29th in the year 106 BC in Picenum, Italy. He was a Libra. He died on September 28th. Oh, he died the day before his birthday in the year 48 BC at the age of 58. Going up. Oh, those were the birthdays, right? I didn't tell you guys the deaths for this day. I didn't do them. All right, well, famous weddings. 1818 or 99, inventor Samuel Morse, who was 27, also 9, weds Lucretia Walker in Concord, New Hampshire. 1844, politician Boss Tweed, 21, weds Mary Jane C. Skaden. 1926, Canadian-American actress Norma Schreyer weds film producer Irving Thalberg. 1930, singer and actor Bing Crosby, 27 or 9, marries actress Dixie Lee, 18, also 9. 1933, New York Yankees first baseman Lou Gehrig, 30, weds Eleanor Tritchell in New Rochelle, New York. Famous divorces, 2011, House MD actress Olivia Wilde, 26, divorces Italian prince Tao Ruspoli, 35, due to, both of them are 8, 26 equals 8, 35 equals 8, due to irreconcilable differences after 8 years of marriage also. Would you believe Robert McNamara, former U.S. Secretary of Defense, is almost thrown overboard on a ferry by an artist wanting to confront him on his role in escalating U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War. No charges were pressed. This happened on September 29th in the year 1972. Famous deaths: Rudolph Diesel, Tom Bradley, and Nguyen Van Thu. Nguyen Van Thu was Vietnamese, a politician. He was the president of South Vietnam from 1965 through 75. He was born on April 5th in 1923 in Phan Rang, Vietnam. He was an Aries. He died on September 29th in 2001 at the age of 78 of a stroke. Tom Bradley was a politician as well, American politician, mayor of Los Angeles from 1973 through 93. He was the only African-American mayor of LA, and his 20 years in office marked the longest tenure by any mayor in the city's history. He was born on December 29th in 1917. 1917 is 9/9, by the way. He was born in Calvert, Texas, USA, a Capricorn. He died on September 29th in 1998. Which is 999, at the age of 80. So I said the year he was born equals 99. 1917 equals 99. 1998 equals 999. Both equal 9, though. Just plain old 9. He was 80 at the time. The cause of death was a heart attack. And lastly, for the deaths, mechanical engineer Rudolf Diesel was both French and German. Diesel is the namesake and inventor of the diesel engine, for which he created the first prototype and gained the first patent in 1893. He's also well known for the mysterious circumstances of his disappearance aboard ship in the first English Channel. He was born on March 18th in 1858, which is 1304 1111, in Paris, France. He was a Pisces. He died on September 29th in 1913 at the age of 55. He disappeared in 1913, again on that ship. Interesting. And he was the last. We've gone over everybody. Bruce says eat cake. Maybe we're supposed to be celebrating like a birthday for the feast day. It's 50-50. Things can go either way. And dirty movie. So maybe somebody's going to get into some FaceTime. Spirit says massage. Forget it. And party. Going to the cards, I'm beginning with the King of Fire. Is motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. I feel like this came up today. For the 29th, the moon enters Gemini. So, of course, in the tarot, the air signs are represented by swords. In the scriptures, Archangel Michael is referred to as the sword. It says several times, I will send the sword will appear, and all that kind of stuff. It's talking about Archangel Michael. But he also comes through very emperor-like for me. So the King of Fire makes sense for him too, is what I was getting to, rather than being the King of Air, for example, or the Ace of Air, and starting with the sword. King of Fire is actually holding some sort of sword or something too. Yeah, he comes through very emperor-like, very fatherly, you know, very much a leader, the leader of the army. So makes sense. Oh, speaking of the emperor, boom. I knew that's how he wanted to come out. And actually, this is the Angel Tarot, and he's on this card. Archangel Michael. Organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. The Emperor card represents the planet Mars for me. Mars. Ruler of Aries and Scorpio. King of Fire. There's the swords, the Ace of Air. Brilliant new ideas and inspirations, seeing the truth of a situation, challenging beginning. This is about a new start or a victory, or both, after perhaps some, difficulty. And there may be some bumps still yet to come along the road. Like you might not be completely out of the woods, but you're getting a new start. King of Fire. And the Eight of Water, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. King of Fire and the dreamer with Archangel Metatron. A leap of faith. Follow your dreams. That leads to unexpected opportunities. In this deck for me, the dreamer represents the signs of Gemini and Virgo because it represents the planet Mercury, their ruler. It's all about walking a brand new path that you never have before. On the heels of the Ace of Air, it's probably difficult getting there, but you're here now. You've come into your own. You have new partnerships or contracts. Continue to move forward. And the overall energy is the Queen of Air. Independent, experienced, realistic, and witty. Objective decision-making. Clearing away all that no longer serves you and seeing the humor in a situation. So like I said, the moon enters Gemini in this day. That could be a reason why the Queen of Air is here. She could be a Gemini, or perhaps she is an Aquarius where Mars is located. Or she is a Libra, ruled by Venus, fellow Queen of Air. If she's not an air sign, she is someone likened to those traits or attributes, getting her life and act together by cutting things away that don't serve her, taking matters into her own hands. If you want something done right, do it yourself, right? She's very independent, honest, diplomatic, to the point, no nonsense, no emotion, or, you know, very little. Crowning the masculine, the Six of Fire. Victory. Good news is on its way. Public recognition or awards could be attached to that Ace of Air we saw. Very nice. 2 sixes in a row already. He's surrounded by the Six of Water. Memories from your history or childhood. Issues regarding children. Romanticizing the past. This can also be the return of a past love. The Six of Water, a soulmate card in the tarot, at least for me. Could definitely be the return of a soulmate, or meeting a soulmate a first time, or the return of some sort of ex, you know, with whom you have some sort of karmic tie. Karmic meaning of the universe, of the soul, destined, meant to learn a lesson out of it. Not karmic as in derogatory or negative. All things, those things are possibilities here. Sitting under the Six of Fire, which is victory, it seems like a good thing. Masculine subconscious, major arcana card number 21 equals 3, maybe involving some sort of party of 3, possibly even a love triangle, is the situation that needs to come to an end for him. He needs to, the universe has stepped in to ease him out of a situation so that he can let that go and slowly ease into a new one. A job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, the path toward enlightenment. The major arcana card, the World, holds the energy of the element of fire for me. I haven't attributed it to any particular sign, but I feel fire from this card when I pick it up. Crowning the feminine is the King of Air. Brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice. Balance mental and emotional considerations. The King of Air, like the Queen, that's our overall energy, is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, or could be Venus, or, you know, herself, or Mercury himself. Gemini's rulers, by the way, both of them. The feminine, surrounded by the Ten of Air, the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Somebody involved may have even been, you know, recovering from an addiction. Maybe that was the cause. Ten of Air can be about, well, first and foremost, it's about a difficult phase that is coming to an end. So let's think about that positivity, that it's coming to an end, whatever it was. But can be attached to betrayal, right? Some sort of dishonesty. And I heard that song just a little while ago, The Backstabbers. And that's in the traditional tarot. It's this guy laying flat on his face and his stomach with like 10 daggers in his back, swords. So they were like literal backstabbers. But the song by the OJs, I think it was, it's like they're smiling in your face all the while they want to take your place, the backstabbers. So people that didn't really mean you well, that were not diplomatic and impartial and fair, they were up to something, situation with them or that you experienced in that regard is coming to an end. But we've already seen the Ace of Air. So that's the next one. Like this is a 10 and that's like the 11 or the 1, depending upon how you look at an ace. You know, even in regular playing cards, an ace can be a 1, it can be 11. So in either case, it's the next step and you're leaving this energy behind. You may need to see a lawyer though. A lawyer, a realtor, maybe to help you out of a difficult situation. Maybe the difficult situation is a difficult living situation. And you got to get help out of that. This person can very well be like a professional, a lawyer, a realtor, a banker, something like that. That's either directly helping you out of a situation or like the facilitator of some sort of resolve for this issue. Feminine subconscious, a 10 of water, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met and you have trustworthy relationships. So this is what, you know, on what she's focused, and this is with what she's surrounded. Crowning, the 3 of fire, abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time and make long-term plans. This card actually showed up in my daily for Friday and through the weekend in this same position. So maybe because it's through the weekend. Sure, it can be about abundance that's coming your way. Some abundance that you may have to be patient in waiting for. It can also have to do with a party of 3 and maybe specifically a love triangle. All right. That's coming to an end. That was difficult for you. It's coming to an end. Maybe you're leaving it. You're done. You're no longer codependent. You're no longer addicted to this situation or the person that was involved. You could be leaving, or, you know, a party leaving, resulting in 2 that belong together, that are more symmetric. See how this one doesn't fit? And that'll be the same 2 of fire that we came to when I was shuffling. In the daily for Friday through the weekend, the 3 was here, the 4 was here, I think. At the root. Very nice. The Ace of Water, falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship. These 2 crossing one another definitely could be the resurgence of a relationship or a brand new relationship that's it's just gonna, from the moment you meet, it's fun, you're happy, you know, you're feeling emotional fulfillment, it's bringing you joy, you're excited, you know, you're not really thinking about much else if it's a new relationship. You might feel like that kind of if you're reuniting too, like very honeymoon phasey, you know, and that could be part of being moved out of an old situation into a new, maybe being pulled out of a poor relationship. Hang on. Because didn't I just say that this card, the world for me, is of the fire element? It's like a 3 of fire. 3 of fire. Being eased out of this. Some sort of relationship. So that you can be eased into a new one that is far better. Maybe even with your soulmate. Okay. Ace of Water can also be that living situation. Even right here on the card, it says like maybe even a new home. Home is where the heart is though. So it's like sort of like wherever you're happy, it can be figurative or metaphoric for, you know, home. Doesn't have to be an actual structure, but you're like in a new place, even on a spiritual or emotional level. I'm in a new place because this old situation has ended. At the heart of the matter, Major Arcana card, the Star, number 17. Happy times make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You are on the right path. You know what card also guides us to make long-term plans? The 3 of Fire. Abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time because we're waiting for that 4th rod to come. Waiting for one to come and be symmetric to this one. Make long-term plans, like in the meantime. That's about having faith that whatever you prayed for, wished for, dreamed about, because that's what the Star represents, it is coming true. It is coming your way. Star can also be about communication, For me, most specifically like email, text, stuff like that, or telepathy, because it's like electronic communication, because it's attached to the sign of the sign of Aquarius, or the planet Uranus, which rules technology. But it doesn't have to be. It can be any kind of communication. Or anything pursuant to your dreams coming true. You could have definitely been praying, please bring my soulmate back. You know, maybe you were in separation or something. Please bring them back, my masculine. Maybe something had been holding him back and it no longer is. And so that's in what he's victorious. Like he's broken away using the energy of Aquarius, which strives, to be free. Had been in retrograde. So had been, backwards, had been like this. Dying, striving, pulling to, move forward toward freedom. So there could be a divine masculine, or two or three, like several of you, who finally done that and broken away from this like party of three, now finding yourself free, which is the feminine's wish comes true, because you had her stressed out as well. That's just, it's not going to be like that for everybody. It's a general reading, so it's different things. Like I said, I was feeling living situations, which could be family. It doesn't have to be a couple as well. Somebody could be having a baby this weekend via cesarean. These are like the knife cuts, the surgery, crossing the Ace of Water. This is the doctor. He's delivering the baby. And then happy family. An addition, a third addition toward building a family. All right, I did want to do a couple of clarifying cards today using my Archangel Michael deck and my Archangel Raphael deck. So Raphael begins with, give us your cares. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, I'm willing to release any fears to you. Please allow me to completely let go so that you can fully guide me in this situation. And Michael starts with, let go of fear now. Archangel Michael, please help me to feel safe and deserving of your guidance. Thank you for clearing me of heavy, toxic, and ego-based thoughts or feelings. Opening 2, you're on the right path. Archangel Michael, I call upon you now. Thank you for giving me loud and clear guidance that I easily understand. Thank you for motivating me and filling me with the courage and confidence to make healthful life changes. One is probably enough because I shuffled these before too. I'll just go ahead and cut. I cut into 6 anyway because 6 equals love. And so they should be good and mixed up. You've created this situation and you have the power to change it. Thank you for letting me lean on your strength, for reminding me of my personal power. Please guide me to manifest and heal according to divine will, creating peace and blessings for everyone involved. Overall energy is right about your thoughts and feelings. Thank you for helping me to tap into my God-given creativity and wisdom so that I clearly express myself and glean insight, blessing, and healing. I was laughing because, writing and communication in general really is air sign stuff, or the sword. All right, so I'll put one here atop the world, more information about the world. The 10 of air. And how about the 3 of fire? Then we'll do the same with Raphael. Again, beginning with give us your cares. And opening to avoid allergens. So this is like any person, place, or thing. It's kind of like this 10 of swords, like anything upon which You can be codependent, or that can be codependent upon you. Dear Archangel Raphael, please assist me in identifying and avoiding allergens that may be toxic to my health and happiness. Help me to only crave healthful foods and beverages and relationships, friendships, you know, all of the above. Business relations. Give us your cares. And alternative medicine. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for guiding me to the ideal healing treatment modality and for giving me clear signs and messages to validate the best path for my well-being. Give us your cares. Increased energy. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for filling me with the unlimited energy of divine love and light. Overall energy is prayer works. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for hearing and answering my prayer of, and you can add a specific, you know, person or situation, circumstance about what you're praying. Okay, masculine first. More information about the world. Shield yourself. Archangel Michael, I ask you to protect me, my loved ones, my vehicle, and my home with your powerful shield. Surround us in your purple light, which allows only pure love to penetrate. Please stay with me day and night and keep my loved ones safe. And if you want to name specific people here, you can. So being brought out of a situation where you didn't necessarily feel as if you had everything you needed and safe and protected. The Six of Water for some could be representative of their children. And this can be having, you know, successfully provided for them or something. Like the time when you were unable to provide or to, you know, a safe space or to your satisfaction is coming to an end and now you can. The other card is fresh air. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me to breathe easier in all ways. And I think, again, there was a time when whatever these cards represent for the masculine, whatever situation, things weren't going as he would have had them or wanted them. So that difficult period, again, coming to an end, and now it's like he can breathe, you know, how they say, a sigh of fresh air. Like, and like a weight's lifted off your shoulders so you can breathe. Like, okay, now I can breathe. I can exhale and all that sort of thing. Actually, I call the World card my waiting to exhale card. Some of you may have heard me say that before. So that's what I'm getting from this. That's what the fresh air means, and the shield yourself. So now that you're out of the woods and out of the old situation, the universe just saying continue to, you know, protect yourself though. Stay prayed up, as they say. For the feminine, atop the 10 of air in our difficult situation. Your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. Please help me to clearly hear, see, feel, and know the divine guidance that I have asked and prayed for. And you see it sitting right here next to the star? Again, this is for what we've prayed. Allow me to keep my ego out of the way, codependency, toxicity, so that your wisdom can come streaming through me for my own benefit and for those around me. And the card from Archangel Raphael is organic foods. And similar to that other one about the allergens, this one is about not consuming toxicity, you know, in any kind of way. It doesn't have to be food. But for some of us, you know, it will be literal. It's going to be about increasing your vibration by eating cleaner, healthier foods. You know, very straightforward. But for others, again, this is about cleansing your surroundings and cutting yourself off from toxicity. Queen of Air style, right? Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for supporting my desire to consume and use organic products. Organic people too, like relationship situations. When people contact me and they say, oh, you know, I've been in separation for a long time, I feel like I want to date. And I'm like, do what feels organic. If it feels organic for you to stay in the house by yourself, you're alone. You don't have to be lonely. That feels natural to you. That feels real, like what you're supposed to be doing. That's what you do. Anything we force isn't good. So if the feminine is in some sort of situation that, again, it's toxic, it's maybe even like addictive, and it's something that's being forced as opposed to something that's natural, because we just don't know how to break away, we're guided to put the effort into breaking away and use like the energy of our overall energy here, the Queen of Air, to cut stuff off that no longer serves you. And then see the humor in it, just laugh it off. And for us to share the top the 3 of fire. Oh, wow. Another meaning of 3 is coming through. So 3 also means the creator, creation. It's another name for God. Of course, the Trinity, being united with the divine, however you want to look at it, whatever you consider, you know, father, mother, yourself, femininity, masculinity, you know, and them joined, sort of like an ankh. There are many, many ways to look at that. And I think that what we're getting here is, you know, any and all of them, however you want to receive it. Because one of the cards, or what we got from Archangel Raphael, is Jesus, the divine healer. So here's the divine part of this Trinity. Dear Jesus, thank you for your divine healing power and presence. And Jesus showed up in the weekly general reading too, I think, or the love reading, or both maybe. He may have showed up in both. And the other card is eternal love, the card from Archangel Michael. Help me perceive all of the love that surrounds me so that I can feel safe receiving, expressing, and giving love. So this 3 of fire could be representative of eternal love and a couple united in spirit, whether physically together or in separation, united in spirit and by the divine. What God has brought together, again, let no man tear asunder. That is eternal love. And I think that's the message. Further advice on this day to the masculine, the Ace of Air. You may be taking up this sword and cutting something, someone, you know, someplace, combination of those, all of the above, away. Okay, we got one too many. That's one possibility. Can also be victory. Can also be some sort of truth, clarity that you're coming into because you asked for it, you've prayed for it. It can also be representative of a new start, which again, you perhaps prayed for. And it was difficult getting to. We had to deal with some issues. We had to deal with some trials. But now we're on this path, you know, toward happiness and complete emotional fulfillment. Brilliant new ideas and inspirations. Seeing the truth in a situation. A challenging beginning. A beginning nonetheless. Feminine for us, the 9 of Air. We're paranoid about this. Expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. So that's the good thing about tarot. It's predictive, or at least mine, right? It predicts what's going to happen. And you'd be surprised, like on my dailies, how very much so. I imagine it can't for everybody every single day. But sometimes I'll say like very specific stuff. Like, oh, you go to the DMV and then this happens. And then, you know, there's somebody there that it happened. This week it was mammograms. And I did have supporter, subscriber, viewer who was going through, who had already been with the mammogram. She got another call back from the doctor, like the same day I said that, you know, that there would be something coming up about that topic. So I say all that to say, yeah, my readings are predictive. So we don't have to, you're seeing this ahead of time, we don't have to allow ourselves to sink into this place. Like this is the sunken place. It can also be meaning that you need to get some more rest again and work on your vibration, work on increasing your vibration. I think some of us are nervous about what I was feeling before, the living situation, or perhaps again, we're gonna need surgery, maybe most specifically a C-section, and so we're nervous. Just, if you've seen this, know that there is no need to be, and that in fact, you're going to wanna change your perspective to a more positive one, optimistic one. From Archangel Michael to the masculine, guarded and protected. Isn't that what he asked for right here? And then he said, yep, shield yourself. And then now you are guarded and protected. Thank you for protecting my loved ones and me, ensuring that we're safe and that all of our needs are met. I now accept your help gratefully and gracefully, knowing that it's right for me and all others to accept heavenly assistance. Exactly what the masculine was asking for here. For us, forgive yourself. You've done nothing wrong. I ask that you help me to let go of self-blame, to forgive myself. Please guide me in releasing any toxic anger. What did I say right here? I said this was toxicity. Told you. Release the toxic anger or the fear. It could be fear too. And especially any fear or toxic anger that we have toward others, we want to let go of. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for allowing me to feel centered and at peace. And from Archangel Raphael to the masculine, inner authority. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for supporting me as I take back my power. I mean, that's why he needed support here from Archangel Michael. I'm going to listen to my intuition, desires, and feelings. I love hearing that, masculine, from you. And lastly, from the feminine for us, unconditional joy. How awesome is that? Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me appreciate everything that makes me happy right now, whatever that means for you. I'm excited. This is going to be a good day. Peaceful at least, if nothing else. But I expect other stuff too. It's going to be popping up. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope that you guys are too and that you enjoy the reading. Namaste, angels.